Ukraine is a country at war, but are the women here still as beautiful as they once were? Drop a 1 and let's watch this video together to find out. Ukraine is the largest country in Europe, excluding Russia, with an area of about 603,700 square kilometers. It stretches from the Carpathian Mountains in the west to the Black Sea in the south. Before the conflict with Russia, Ukraine had a population of around 41 million, with women making up approximately 53.5% of the total. The vast majority, about 77.8%, are ethnic Ukrainians, followed by Russians at roughly 17%, and smaller ethnic groups including Belarusians, Moldovans, Crimean Tatars, Jews, and Armenians. Kyiv stands as the historical heart of the nation. Ukrainian is the official language, though Russian remains commonly spoken in parts of the east and south. However, in the wake of political upheaval and war, the use of Ukrainian has increasingly become a symbol of national identity. In recent years, Ukraine has endured a period of intense turmoil. From the annexation of Crimea in 2014 to the full-scale war with Russia in 2022, the country has suffered heavy losses in terms of population, economy, and infrastructure. Over 10 million people have been displaced, and many residential areas, especially in the Donbas region, have become deserted. Even amid conflict, Ukrainian women are widely admired for their beauty. Their charm lies not only in their slender figures and fair skin, but also in their striking facial features: high cheekbones, deep-set eyes, and often light-colored hair. Compared to women in Western Europe, Ukrainian women tend to put more effort into their appearance. Beyond physical beauty, they are also known for their resilience, diligence, and strong sense of social responsibility. Amid the ongoing war, a notable trend has emerged. Many Ukrainian women are taking a clear stance, refusing to date men who dodge military service and avoiding those who speak only Russian. What few people realize is that, despite Ukrainian women being globally renowned for their beauty, on par with Russian women, the country has one of the lowest birth rates and is experiencing rapid population aging. A combination of migration, war, and economic crisis has left Ukraine facing a serious demographic challenge. Additionally, Ukraine ranks among the top Eastern European countries in terms of the percentage of women pursuing higher education and participating in the workforce. While daytime in Ukraine is often filled with news of conflict, the night still holds on to a semblance of normal life. In the capital Kyiv and cities like Kharkiv and Odessa, women can still be seen at bars, clubs, and beach clubs with friends, sipping cocktails, dancing to electronic music, and chatting late into the night. However, because of the war, both the timing and the way nightlife operates have shifted. Some clubs now open only from afternoon to early evening, or have turned into daytime events. Women still dress stylishly and provocatively, wearing short skirts, tight tops, and high heels. You can rock the nightlife here by pressing the rock button below. If Ukraine was already grappling with deep-rooted problems before the war, the outbreak of conflict ushered its people into an entirely new chapter. A darker one. Don't look away. What you're about to see may have you reaching for tissues. Civilian casualties speak the loudest. According to the United Nations, from 2022 to early 2025, over 12,654 civilians have been seriously injured and more than 29,392 wounded. Each air raid siren is a chilling reminder that the line between normalcy and death is just a few seconds wide. Once crowded neighborhoods now lie in ruins after relentless shelling. Homes flattened, power lines scorched, substations destroyed, plunging entire cities into darkness. Countless people have had to live without electricity, water, or heat, right in the middle of sub-zero winters. The scale of displacement is unlike anything the country has seen. 3.7 million people have been forced from their homes within Ukraine, while millions more have become refugees across Europe. Some families have moved 3 or 4 times in a single year as frontlines shift. Children study online, in bomb shelters, or not at all for months on end. Ukraine's already fragile economy has been pushed to the brink. Thousands of small and medium-sized businesses have shut down. Research by CEPR shows that around 13% of formal workers have lost their jobs. The number of self-employed workers has dropped by 20%, dealing a major blow to the already thin middle class. By 2025, the average monthly salary was 23,160 hryvnia. But with 13.6% inflation, real income has barely returned to 99.7% of pre-war levels. In other words, people aren't living better, they're just paying more to survive. UNICEF reports that 65.2% of households with young children are living below the minimum subsistence level, meaning the majority live in constant shortage. They're not poor because they're lazy. They're poor because the war has stripped away their jobs, their markets, and their stability. Ukrainian women have become reluctant pillars of survival. With men at the front, hundreds of thousands of women are raising children, holding down jobs, and navigating daily life in a landscape filled with risk. Many juggle multiple part-time jobs just to afford food, heating, and medicine. Once bustling cities now wear 2 faces. By day, a new kind of normal life. By night, distant explosions and the red glow of bomb shelters. Corruption hasn't disappeared during the war. It has only changed shape. When resources are scarce, even basic necessities like permits, temporary residency, or aid priorities can become services. Many civilians say that in wartime, they're not paying to live better, they're paying just to stay alive. Have you ever imagined a morning scented with damp earth, birds rustling among white blossoms in the river plains along the Dnipro, and soft sunlight streaming through the lush green canopy of the Carpathian forests? That's one of the most beautiful moments in Ukraine, when nature, climate, and people come together to wrap the country in a fresh, vibrant mood. The period from late April to mid-June is often considered the perfect spring in Ukraine. By then, the first snow has melted away, streams flow gently, and the air begins to warm, with average temperatures ranging from 15 to 21 degrees Celsius. It feels as if the whole land is waking from a long winter sleep. In Kyiv, the capital, parks are full of shade, old streets begin to buzz with life, and church domes glow with timeless beauty in the morning sun. In the Carpathians, the forested mountains of the west, white flowers bloom along the trails, and the air feels fresh with every breath. Spring gradually gives way to true summer from June to August, when the sun shines high and temperatures rise to between 25 and 30 degrees Celsius. Beaches along the Black Sea, especially in Odessa, open to visitors with clear blue waters and seemingly endless long days. During this time, you might stroll along the shoreline at sunset as the water turns pink, sip a cocktail from a seaside balcony, or hike through the Carpathians while morning mist gently settles on the slopes. Another highlight comes between late August and mid-September, during the transition between summer and fall, when crowds thin out and the weather remains warm and pleasant. Leaves begin to turn golden and red, bathing the landscape in a glow of amber light. Parks and forests in Ukraine become living paintings, with red, orange, yellow, and green leaves mingling under the shimmering afternoon sun. Walking through the woods or boating along the Dnipro during this time is an unforgettable experience. As for the people, they seem to grow warmer too. After a long, harsh winter, Ukrainians return to the streets with smiles on their faces. In riverside cafes, in Kyiv's public squares, and at weekend markets in Lviv. You'll hear bits of English, see young people heading off on picnics, and feel a quiet desire to truly live again, shining in their eyes. The cityscape comes alive. Parks, squares, riverside walks along the Dnipro, and historic buildings are all transformed by the light and color of the season. The mild weather makes exploring cities, walking, or taking photos more comfortable and enjoyable. The bitter cold or sweltering heat is gone. Choosing an outdoor cafe or relaxing beside Kyiv's central tower becomes a delightful experience. If you had to choose one moment to visit Ukraine, it should be during the vibrant spring or early summer. When cherry blossoms bloom, golden church domes reflect the soft light, the Dnipro lies still like glass, and the first cicadas hum through the Carpathians. When people laugh and share small stories in cafes, when a quiet street concert begins in the Kyiv sunset, and when the air carries the scent of fresh earth, warmth, and hope. And if you're sure you'll go, bring a camera, a good pair of walking shoes, and a notebook to capture how it all makes you feel. Because Ukraine is at its most beautiful, not when the sun is blazing or the snow lies thick, but when something gentle and human is waking up with the land. In Ukraine, festivals are more than just celebrations. They are powerful messengers of identity, history, and emotion. One of the most iconic events is the Vyshyvanka Festival, held in early spring when nature begins to bloom. Thousands of people dress in vyshyvankas, traditional hand-embroidered shirts featuring Ukrainian folk patterns, and parade through the streets of Kyiv, Lviv, and other cities, forming a vibrant sea of color and intricate design. These garments are more than clothing. They are living symbols of national pride. Beyond Vyshyvanka, Ukraine also celebrates Kupola Night, typically held on a midsummer evening. It's a time when people welcome nature, jump over bonfires, float flower wreaths down rivers, and sing traditional folk songs. The sight of young women wearing flower crowns and couples dancing hand in hand around the flames creates an atmosphere that is both mystical and sacred. The festival symbolizes purification, renewal, and hopes for a fresh start. Another highlight is Chervona Ruta, a celebrated music festival that brings together young artists, bands, and genres deeply rooted in modern Ukrainian culture. First launched in 1989, Chervona Ruta has become more than just a stage for performances. It is a symbol of cultural revival and creative freedom. Many of Ukraine's most famous singers got their start here, and for the public, the festival has become a spiritual meeting point between tradition and modernity. Festival energy flows through every corner of the country. In the old town of Lviv, the air is filled with live music, drums, and string instruments. Children and adults alike play flutes, wear traditional embroidered shirts, and enjoy folk dishes like borscht, vareniki, and holubtsi. By night, Kyiv's main squares turn into open-air stages, glowing with lights, laughter, and dances that last well into the night. Every festival in Ukraine carries a message deeper than joy. It is a story of national identity, of the yearning for freedom, and of unwavering resilience. Take Kupola, for example. Jumping over fire is not just an ancient ritual, it is also a symbolic act for young people to train their spirits, to learn how to face hardship, and to start again. For visitors, these festivals offer a rare chance to step into local life. Whether weaving flower crowns with locals, singing folk songs by the river, or joining street performances, every moment brings a warm, vivid, and intimate experience. In every festival, whether during peaceful times or amid ongoing challenges, Ukrainians continue to show one thing clearly. They know how to live, how to preserve their deepest values, and how to keep walking toward the light with pride and hope. If Kyiv is the political and modern cultural heart of Ukraine, then Lviv is where the nation's memory, soul, and historical depth are preserved. Located in western Ukraine near the Polish border, Lviv feels like an open-air living museum, where every cobblestone and moss-covered wall whispers stories from the past. This city is nothing like Kyiv or Kharkiv, and certainly not like the vibrant Odessa. Lviv has the aura of a well-traveled gentleman, quiet, refined, and thoughtful, and that very essence makes it special, sometimes even unfamiliar to modern Ukrainians. Stepping into the city center feels like walking into an old book that hasn't been closed. Baroque, Gothic, and Renaissance buildings line cobblestone streets, their facades painted in pastel tones, creating a fairy tale-like setting. Rhinox Square, the heart of the old town, hums with soft music from cafes, the sound of tourists' footsteps, and the delicate notes of a violin from a tucked-away street corner. Lviv is home to over 4,500 lion statues, a historic symbol scattered throughout the city as a reminder of courage and loyalty. Unlike many Ukrainian cities heavily marked by Soviet architecture, Lviv has preserved its Austro-Hungarian identity with landmarks like the elegant Pataki Palace and the 14th century Latin Cathedral. UNESCO has recognized Lviv's historic center as a World Heritage Site, not because it is grand, but because it is intact, alive, and deeply meaningful. In that atmosphere, you don't just see architecture, you see people. They sit quietly with a cup of coffee, reading, writing by hand, conversing slowly and peacefully, as if the world outside has never changed. Lviv is also known as the coffee capital of Ukraine. Some say its coffee culture runs deeper than Vienna's, with intimate spaces, warm yellow lights, wooden tables, and the comforting scent of roasted beans wafting through narrow alleys. The city also takes pride in its handcrafted chocolate. In tucked-away shops throughout the Old Town, visitors can watch chocolatiers shaping fresh truffles by hand, a sweet ritual that feels like memory itself. Life in Lviv is peaceful, creative, and quietly poetic. Street performers, cozy bars, artisan shops, and underground wine cellars give the city an effortlessly artistic charm. Many foreigners have chosen to live here, drawn by its affordable cost of living, clean environment, and relaxed pace. Lviv doesn't try to be the center of attention, but it's the kind of place where people often find a piece of themselves in the quiet corners of the city.